Good morning, Lord. In the stillness of this new day, I pause right here, right now, to be with you. Before the world begins to stir, before thoughts of responsibilities and schedules cloud my heart, I choose this sacred moment to draw near. This quiet time is not just a ritual, it's a refuge. It's a holy sanctuary in the midst of a noisy world. I breathe deeply, not just to calm my body, but to open my spirit, to listen, to rest, to receive. The beauty of these early moments lies not in the silence itself, but in your presence that fills it. The soft stillness reminds me that you are not far away. You are near. You are here. You are Emmanuel, God with us. I reflect on the simple and profound words of Psalm 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. This is more than an invitation. It is a command, a lifeline, a holy whisper that calls me to let go. Let go of control. Let go of striving. Let go of fear. And simply know, you are God. Sovereign, mighty, faithful. To be still is to resist the pull of performance and pressure. It's to stop trying to manage every outcome and instead surrender to the one who holds all things together. In this stillness, I find clarity. In this quiet, I find peace. Not because the problems have vanished, but because I remember I am not alone. And I do not need to carry the weight of life on my own shoulders. You are my refuge, my fortress, my ever-present help. And I believe that as I make space for you today, you will meet me with comfort, direction, and strength. So I quiet my heart. I set aside my to-do list. I lay down every anxious thought. Here I rest. Here I wait. Here I listen. Lord, help me to cultivate this stillness, not just in these early morning hours, but throughout my day, when distractions tug at my attention, when stress tries to consume my peace. Remind me to pause, even if for a moment. Teach me the rhythm of stillness so that I may live from a place of peace instead of panic. Isaiah 40:31 gently reminds me, those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. To hope in you is not passive. It is an active trust, a deep, abiding confidence that even when I don't see it, you are working. Even when I feel weary, your strength is available. Even when I walk through valleys, you walk beside me. Life often drains me, Lord. Some days I feel like I'm running on empty. There are moments when I smile on the outside but feel tired and stretched within. But your word is clear. Renewal doesn't come from my efforts, but from you, from waiting in your presence, from placing my hope in your faithfulness, from believing that you are enough. I think of the eagle soaring, its wings stretched wide, effortlessly gliding on invisible wind currents. That's the image you chose for those who trust in you. You lift us. You carry us. You cause us to rise above the chaos, the fear, the heaviness. We soar, not because of our own strength, but because of yours. Today I ask, where do I need renewal? Where do I need to let go of the weight I'm carrying and place it into your hands? Lord, renew my mind where it has been filled with fear. Renew my heart where it has grown weary. Renew my body where it is tired. Breathe fresh life into me. I also reflect on your words in Matthew 6:6, where you taught us to pray in secret. But when you pray, go into your room, close the door and pray to your Father who is unseen. Then your Father, who sees what is done in secret, will reward you. You're not looking for performance. You're not impressed by eloquence or perfection. You desire intimacy, You invite me into the secret place, a sacred space of connection, honesty, and communion. This room doesn't have to be a physical location. It's any place where I intentionally shut the door on distractions and turn my heart fully to you. It could be in the quiet of the morning, the hush of a walk through nature, or the simple silence at the end of the day. What matters is that it's personal, it's honest, it's real. In this secret place, I don't have to pretend. I can bring my joy, my pain, my doubts, and my dreams. You welcome it all, and as I open my heart, you pour out peace. As I lift my burdens, you lift my spirit. Even Jesus, the Son of God, made time to retreat and pray alone. If he, in all his divinity, needed time with the Father, how much more do I? Lord, stir in me a hunger for that kind of intimacy. Let it be the foundation of my life, not an afterthought. As I reflect on these truths, stillness, trust, renewal, and intimacy, I begin to see how they're not separate ideas. They are a path, a rhythm of life with you. They form the heartbeat of a deepening relationship with the Creator of my soul. Stillness teaches me to stop and see you. Trust anchors my heart in your sovereignty. Renewal restores me when I am weak, and intimacy draws me deeper into your love. What would my life look like if I lived from this rhythm? If quiet time wasn't something I squeezed in, but something I built everything else around? What kind of peace would I carry? What kind of wisdom would guide my steps? What kind of love would overflow from my heart? This is more than just a devotional thought. It's a calling, an invitation, a way of life. So today I choose to begin again. I choose to make this quiet time sacred. Not just today, but every day. Even when life gets busy. Even when I feel tired. Even when it's inconvenient. Because this is where life flows from. Your presence. I commit to protecting this space. I commit to returning to it. I commit to growing in it. Not because I have to, but because I long to. Because I've tasted the peace that comes from you, and I want more. More of you. More of your word. More of your presence in every corner of my life. As I continue in this sacred journey, I open my heart to the transformation you want to bring. Speak to me. Guide me. Hold me close. This is just the beginning. As I sit in the stillness, allowing your presence to calm my soul, I realize something important. The quiet doesn't just restore, it reveals. It brings to light the areas of my life where I've been holding too tightly, where I've been relying on my own understanding instead of leaning fully into your guidance. And so now I enter the next step in this sacred rhythm. Trust. To trust you, Lord, is to believe, even when I can't see. It's to surrender the steering wheel and let you chart the course. It's to release control even when I feel vulnerable. It's a decision I must make again and again. Not once, but daily, sometimes moment by moment. Proverbs 3:5-6 echoes in my heart like a steady drumbeat. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your paths straight. What a profound and yet simple instruction. All your heart, all, not part of it. Not just on Sundays, not only in the crises or the times I feel overwhelmed. Trusting you with all my heart means inviting you into every room, every decision, every unknown, even the rooms I've kept closed, even the wounds I've tried to bandage myself. I think about all the times I've leaned on my own understanding, times I've tried to reason my way through pain, logic my way through loss, plan my way out of uncertainty, and yet each time, I find myself circling back to the same truth. My understanding is limited, but yours is infinite. You see the full picture while I see only the corner. To acknowledge you in all my ways is not a one-time prayer. It's a posture. It's a continual turning of my heart toward you in the everyday, in the small decisions, in the major crossroads, in the pauses in between. Lord, today I choose to trust you with the things I don't understand. I choose to acknowledge you not just when life is clear and easy, but especially when it's cloudy and hard. I trust that you are already ahead of me, making a way. I trust that what you ask me to release is always for my good, and what you give in return is always far greater. I look back on my life and see your fingerprints all over the journey. The doors you opened that I didn't expect, the detours that led to blessings, the heartbreaks that produced deeper compassion, the delays that taught me patience and faith. You were there always, even when I didn't recognize it in the moment. And so I ask myself again, what am I still trying to control? What do I need to surrender into your hands today? Maybe it's a dream I've been clinging to, afraid to let go. Maybe it's fear about the future, about provision, about family. Maybe it's an unanswered prayer that still aches in the quiet corners of my heart. Whatever it is, I place it before you now. With trembling hands but a trusting heart, I lay it down. You are faithful. You are good. And I trust that you are working, even in the silence. Lord, help me not only to trust you with outcomes, but also with the timing. Your delays are not denials. Your timing is not flawed. You are never late, and you are never unaware. You are forming something in me during the waiting. Character, patience, dependence, peace. Sometimes I confuse stillness with inactivity. But you are never inactive. Even in the unseen, you are moving. Even in the silence, you are speaking. Even in the waiting, you are working. I want to live with a faith that looks forward, a faith that doesn't panic at detours, a faith that walks confidently because it knows who is leading. Your word reminds me in Jeremiah 29:11, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." These are not vague promises, they are personal. You, the creator of the universe, have plans for me, not to harm but to heal, not to confuse but to clarify, not to break but to build. Even when my path winds through the wilderness, I can trust you are guiding me. You've never abandoned me before, and you won't start now. In this place of trust, I also find rest, true rest, not the kind that comes from a nap or a vacation, but the kind that settles deep in the soul, a peace that says, even if I don't have all the answers, I know the one who does. Your presence is my anchor. Your word is my compass. Your promises are my security. Lord, I ask that you train my heart to trust you more deeply, that you would quiet the voices of fear, doubt, and control that try to pull me away, that you would sharpen my ears to hear your whispers and strengthen my resolve to follow them. When I feel like I'm walking through fog, help me to trust the next step you show me. When anxiety creeps in, remind me of who you are. When I'm tempted to take things back into my own hands, gently but firmly guide me back into surrender. Let this trust not be theoretical, but lived out. Let it shape how I respond to conflict. Let it guide how I steward my time and money. Let it be seen in how I treat others, with grace, patience, and confidence that you are in control. And as I walk in this trust, may it draw others to you. May they see a life that is not perfect, but peaceful, not without struggle but filled with strength, a life that points back to you. This is what I long for, Lord. Not a life free from challenge, but a life anchored in your unshakable love and sovereignty. I will continue to walk with you, to listen, to follow, to trust. I will continue to walk with you, to listen, to follow, to trust. As I walk in trust, I begin to notice something stirring within me, something gentle but strong, a renewal, a quiet rebuilding of the parts of me that have been worn thin from the pressures of life. The weight of worry, the ache of waiting, the strain of striving, all begin to lift, not because the circumstances have changed, but because I am being changed in your presence. Your word in Isaiah 40:31 rings louder now, more personal than ever. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. This promise is not for the perfect. It's not for the already strong. It's for the weary, the ones who feel like they've been running uphill for too long, the ones who are tired yet still holding on. And that's me. That's us. Lord, I bring you my weariness, not just the physical fatigue, but the emotional and spiritual exhaustion that can sometimes settle deep within. I bring you the heaviness I've been trying to carry on my own, the silent battles, the quiet fears, the responsibilities that stretch me thin. In exchange, you offer strength, not just temporary relief, but a deep, sustaining power that comes from your Spirit. You renew me, not by taking away every burden, but by lifting me above them, like an eagle caught in the current of your grace. The beauty of this verse lies in its progression. First we soar, then we run, and then we walk. Sometimes you give us the strength to soar, to rise above our circumstances, to gain fresh perspective, to feel carried by your power. In these moments, everything feels clear and full of possibility. Other times, you give us strength to run, not to escape, but to persevere, to endure through the long stretches of life that require stamina and commitment. And in those seasons, we find ourselves pressing forward, encouraged by your steady hand on our back. But there are also days when the victory is simply to walk and not faint, to put one foot in front of the other, to keep going when the feelings aren't there and the path feels slow. And even then, you are with us, renewing us step by step. Each kind of strength is holy. Each season is sacred. Whether I'm soaring, running, or simply walking, I can trust that you are with me, empowering, sustaining, and renewing. You don't demand perfection from me. Lord, you invite me to come as I am, to bring my empty and let you fill it, to bring my weakness and let you exchange it for strength. What an incredible gift! I am reminded of 2 Corinthians 12:9, where you said, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." Not in strength, not in success, but in weakness. That's where your power shows up most clearly. So I don't have to hide my need. I don't have to pretend to have it all together. In fact, the more honest I am about my dependence, the more room I make for your grace to work. Today, I receive your renewal. I open my hands and my heart to be refilled. Refresh me, Lord, not just so I can get through the day, but so I can live with joy, purpose, and peace. Let this quiet time be a holy exchange. My weakness for your strength, my confusion for your wisdom, my fatigue for your energy. Let your word wash over me like water to a thirsty soul. Let your promises be the breath that sustains me. Let your spirit be the fire that reignites my passion and direction. I ask that you would breathe new life into the dry places of my heart. Reignite dreams that have grown dim. Restore hope where discouragement has taken root. Realign my thoughts with your truth, so that I may walk in freedom and confidence. And as I am renewed, Help me to become a source of renewal for others. Let my life overflow with encouragement. Let my words uplift. Let my actions reflect your kindness and compassion. Lord, make me sensitive to those around me who are weary. Open my eyes to the ones who feel overlooked, overwhelmed, or under pressure. Use me to offer a word, a smile, a gesture of hope that speaks of your love. Let my quiet time not end with me, but flow out into the world. Let this sacred space become a wellspring that others can drink from, not because of who I am, but because of who you are in me. As I carry your presence into my day, may it transform how I work, how I speak, how I rest, and how I love. May it influence how I deal with conflict, how I respond to stress, and how I handle interruptions. Let renewal become my rhythm, not just my rescue. And even when I forget, even when I slip into old patterns of striving and stress, gently call me back. Remind me that your presence is always available, that your strength never runs dry, and that your renewal is not a one-time gift, but a continual invitation. This is how I want to live, Lord, not drained, but dependent, not burned out, but filled up, not driven by pressure, but led by your Spirit. This is the life you've called me to, a life of overflow, grace, and renewal. So I press on, not in my own might, but in yours. I walk forward, not with fear, but with faith. I rise today, not because I feel ready, but because you are ready. You are enough for me. In the quiet, you've met me. In the stillness, you've filled me. In the waiting, you've strengthened me. And now, as I prepare to take the next steps of this day, I step forward not alone, not empty, but anchored in something deeper. This quiet time has not only renewed me, it has reminded me of who I am, and more importantly, who you are. You are my Father, my friend, my comforter and guide. And this relationship is not confined to morning devotionals or Sunday services. It is a living, breathing connection that moves with me into every moment. You call me to more than momentary reflection. You invite me into daily intimacy, a continual conversation, a rhythm of walking side by side, heart to heart. This is the final part of the journey. You've been leading me on through these moments of stillness, trust, and renewal. Intimacy with you, Lord, is sacred. It's personal. It's holy. It's where I discover the depths of your love and the fullness of who I am in you. In Revelation 3:20, you say, "Here I am. I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I will come in and eat with that person, and they with me." You long for communion, not performance, not perfection, but presence. You're not standing at the door of my life demanding access. You're gently knocking, waiting for my invitation. How humbling to know the Creator of the universe desires closeness with me. You're not distant. You're not too busy. You're not waiting for me to clean myself up first. You come into the mess, into the quiet, into the everyday, because you want my heart. And so I open the door wide. I invite you into every corner of my life, not just the tidy parts, but the hidden places, the broken places, the unfinished places. Come in, Lord. Dine with me. Sit with me. Walk with me. Let this intimacy not be something I only seek when I'm desperate, but something I cultivate every day. Let prayer become my first response, not my last resort. Let worship rise from the mundane moments. Let your words speak louder than the noise around me. Even in a world that moves fast and expects more, teach me how to abide. Teach me to build margin for silence, to linger in your presence, to carry your peace into every conversation, every meeting, every relationship. Let my quiet time become a habit, yes, but more than that, a hunger, a holy craving for your nearness, a sacred rhythm of resting in your arms and listening for your voice. I know there will be days when distractions win, when the busyness crowds in, when I forget to pause. But you are not moved by my inconsistency. Your love remains steady. Your invitation remains open. Your spirit continues to draw me near. Lord, I don't want to just know about you. I want to know you. I want to walk so closely with you that your heart becomes my compass, that your desires become my own, that your ways become my natural response. In this intimacy, I begin to see life differently. I begin to respond with grace instead of frustration. I begin to love without fear. I begin to trust without needing all the answers, because I know who walks beside me. And in this space, I hear you speak. Not always with thunder, but often in whispers. Whispers that say, I am with you. You are loved. I will never leave you. These are the truths I cling to. These are the promises I build my life upon. So as I rise from this sacred time, I don't leave your presence behind. I carry it with me. I step into the day wrapped in the peace that only comes from you. I face the unknown not with fear, but with faith. I hold on to hope, not because I know what's coming, but because I know you're already there. And this is not just for me. There are people all around me who are weary, overwhelmed, and hungry for peace. People searching for clarity, for hope, for something deeper than what this world can offer. And I know, Lord, that you've called me not only to receive, but to reflect, to shine. Let the intimacy I've found with you become a light to others. Let my life point people not to my own strength or wisdom, but to yours. Use me, Lord, as a vessel, as a voice, as a reminder of your love to those who need it. And so, dear reader, dear friend on this journey of faith, if you've walked with me through these moments of stillness, trust, renewal, and intimacy, I invite you to go one step further. Make this your daily rhythm. Set aside time to be with God. Not out of obligation, but out of desire. Let Him meet you in your weariness. Let Him fill you in your emptiness. Let Him guide you through every decision and every doubt. And when you find strength in Him, share that strength with someone else. When you find peace in His presence, let that peace overflow. When you hear His voice, speak His truth. Let's build something together. A community of hearts seeking after God. A space where encouragement flows freely and testimonies rise like incense. A place where we lift one another up in faith and point one another back to the source of life. This is your call to action. Subscribe to His grace every day. Make this sacred time a regular part of your life. Receive daily encouragement, devotionals, and prayerful guidance that draws your heart closer to the Father. Let this be more than just a moment. Let it become a movement, a daily invitation to step into grace, strength, and peace. And as you subscribe, share this message with someone who needs hope today. A friend, a family member, a coworker. You never know how God might use your simple act of obedience to change someone's life. Together, we can make space for God in the middle of life's noise. Together, we can pursue His heart, hear His voice, and walk in His strength. One day, one prayer, one quiet moment at a time. So wherever you are, whatever you face, hold on to this truth. Today, I rest in God's peace and walk in His strength. He is my refuge and guide, and I trust Him completely. Let those words echo in your soul. Let them lead you into deeper communion. Let them be the anthem of your heart in every season. Amen.